give Frugal Daddy his frugal home haircut today, I wanted to share with you some big changes we have coming up in our frugal family. I've been wanting to share these plans with you ever since I came up with them, but I've also been hesitant because I know I'm going to get a lot of feedback that probably won't be positive. It'll probably be along the lines of...
Similar to your mother's.
Similar to my mother's reaction, that's crazy. We have the that's crazy line of thought, the that's stupid line of thought, the you're an idiot that line of thought, which is very similar to the that's stupid line of thought. Without further ado, the plan is...
Did you know your mother pulled me aside and said, "I need to talk to you"? And I said, "Okay." So I made sure no one was around, and she said, "What is wrong with her? What is wrong with her?"
That's the question she's been asking my entire life.
Well, she said, she also gave me her father thought that too.
Ah!
Yeah.
Bringing my sacred dead father into the equation.
You can't dispute that.
I know. I can write my mother off as a nut job, but I can't write my father off. But then again, he's not here. She can say whatever she wants. We don't have to believe it because he's not here to say. So anyway, the plan is I'm quitting my job. As some of you are aware, you don't want me to wave scissors around while I'm cutting your hair? Ooh.
No, it was just a reaction.
Okay.
Just came out, I couldn't stop it.
Okay.
Similar to crying at weddings.
Okay.
Well, you don't cry at weddings, I do.
I cry at weddings. I've cried at weddings when I don't even know the people getting married. I've been the date of the person who's the friend. I don't even know the people and I've cried. Because it's so beautiful. Well, when I was younger, it was because it's not me. But I got over that. Some of you know that I'm a social worker for the state's Child Welfare Agency. And I have been working there for 18 years. And in many ways, it's been a very good job, and certainly a very interesting job, and a very worthwhile job. And working for the state definitely has its benefits in terms of benefits. The pay is not unbelievable. It's pretty good pay for social work, but given the cost of living in New Jersey, you know. But the thing of it is this. That job has taken the best of my energy and my time and my attention, and my family, particularly my children, get the crappy, tired, irritable, frustrated, exhausted leftovers. And that's all ass backwards, if you ask me. I want my children and my family to get the best of what I have to offer, not the shit that's left in me at the end of the day, you know, if I even have any energy left to pour a bowl of cereal for dinner. And I know it's weird because I know many people would want to have a good, stable, steady job with decent benefits and decent pay. So I'm throwing aside something that I know others aspire to. So I understand that. But it occurred to me one day recently that it's not a prison and I don't have to stay. And there are other ways of making money. Lots of other things people do in life. And actually I'm very, very happy about my plan to leave my regular 9-to-5 job. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm working up until about Thanksgiving. I've already submitted a letter of resignation, clearly giving way more than 2 weeks notice. You know, it has to do with time. Young people don't necessarily get it as much as older people do, but time is really your most precious commodity. And I know young people, of course, naturally feel like they have a lot of time because they have a lot more time. And they also probably have career aspirations and they want to make something of themselves and all that. I don't have career aspirations and I'm not really planning to make anything of myself career-wise. And certainly as you get older, you realize more and more that you are just staring death in the face. and you're well over halfway through your life, no matter how you look at it. I probably am not going to live to 106 years old, so I'm probably well over halfway done with my life. And most people at my age don't have little kids, but I have little kids. And I really feel that for their well-being and for the family's well-being and for the household's well-being, I need to be around a whole lot more. So that is why I want to leave this job and am leaving this job, because I really need to have more time with my children. So how is this going to play out financially? Frugal Daddy is basically retired and has a fixed source of income. And that income, what?
Very small.
Yeah, well, small, but yeah. That income basically pays our mortgage. So we probably won't be homeless. Probably. And when I say it covers the mortgage payment, that's including our property taxes and our homeowner's insurance and our extra flood insurance, which we are required to have because we live near a river. So it's up to us to figure out then how are we going to come up with the balance of our living expenses. So I have managed to hook up with my kids' school in order to be a substitute teacher part-time when they need a substitute teacher. And it certainly, it certainly doesn't pay at the same rate as my social work job, but it also doesn't require the same kind of time or responsibility or emotional trauma that's involved with the work itself. So I'll be able to do some subbing, and that also then allows me to have the same schedule that my girls have. When their school day is over, my school day will be over, and they'll have certain vacations and I will have the same vacations. And though I can never sub for their class, of course, they'll see me at school occasionally, and it will be a very nice and pleasant little part-time job. Of course, with no security or benefits. As you all may know, Frugal Daddy is the clock guy. He has a YouTube channel called The Clock Guy, and Frugal Daddy comes across antique clocks here and there, and he fixes them and often sells them on eBay. So there's a little bit of income coming in there. Hopefully that will increase. You want kind of a mullet? Because I kind of have that going on right now.
I'd like you to pay attention if you would.
What, to your hair?
Yeah, well, to everything. You've cut your hand. You're letting it dry. You're taking a long time.
Yeah. Some customers are so demanding. So I'm thinking there will also be certain decreases in expenses. For example, my commute to work is half an hour every day there, half an hour back on the highway. And as gas prices go up, the cost of that commute goes up, and it's also time taken away from the things I would rather be doing with my life. And the school where my girls go is within walking distance of my house. So really, we'll be able to go down to one car that he and I can share. We're not going to need two cars. It seems weird, in a way, not to have two cars, because New Jersey is such a two-car family kind of state. I think my mother finds that part of the plan particularly odd. You must have a car!
I think so, too.
I don't. So we're going to go down to one car, and that's going to save a lot of money on car insurance, because auto insurance in New Jersey is ridiculously high. So we'll save some money there. And of course, food doesn't cost us a lot of money because we eat out of dumpsters and we do couponing. And this week, actually, it's going to be a great week for couponing. There's a lot of free stuff this week, so I'm very excited about that. We're just going to have to turbocharge all of our frugal life skills that we've always been doing. We just have to, ramp them up even more. And really, who needs to bathe in warm water? A little splash here and there with some icy cold water is going to be fine. So that's the plan. And we have some ideas of new and creative ways of generating income. And if those work out, you'll see those featured in videos. And if they don't work out, then we just probably won't mention them. There are a lot of different ways to provide for one's family And what we will have to do is just create several different smaller income streams rather than this one time-consuming, somewhat soul-crushing income stream that I've had now for a while. So like I've said, in many ways, it's been a very good, very interesting job. I've learned a lot over the years, and if you want to be a social worker, you really, really, really should spend some time with a child welfare agency. And I'm so lucky and blessed that I have this fabulous husband who's been supportive and on board with this whole plan all along. Maybe I could make money cutting hair. I could open my own little hair boutique here in the dining room. I am amazed that anybody ever lets me near their head with a pair of scissors. You sure you don't want the mullet?
I thought that's what you're giving me. You cut it?
What do you think, people? Mullet or man bun? Which would look better on Frugal Daddy?
Oh, I've had a mullet.
You have?
Why wouldn't I? Everyone did.
Nobody I knew had a mullet. I've never known anyone personally who had a mullet.
Hall & Oates?
I don't know Hall & Oates personally. I think you would know that if I had. I would have mentioned
Everyone
it.
had it.
My brother didn't have a
The
mullet.
guy from Wham? What was it? George Michael?
I don't know him personally. I'm talking about real people.
Look, why wouldn't I have
So
it?
you,
If everyone looked like that, why wouldn't I?
George Michael, Hall & Oates, Lionel Richie. So that's everybody. None of the guys
The
I
guy,
knew
well,
had
Simon Le Bon from Duran Duran.
Again, and I wasn't hanging out with Simon Le Bon in the 80s. I'm just saying, the real people I knew and I hung out with, none of them had a mullet. And
Maybe they
none
weren't
of them
cool.
would. Oh yeah, you were the cool one with the mullet. I am so good at this. You have such a good haircut going on back here.
I always do. You've given me the best haircuts of my life.
And that's not the only thing I've given them the best of. What was that guy? Remember the guy?
Gene the Dancing
I can't believe you knew exactly what I was thinking of.
I know.
On the gong.
I wanna watch that. I love his
Gene
dancing.
the Dancing Machine. So that's what you should all look up next.
Yeah.
I can't believe all I had to say was, who's that guy? And you came out with Gene the Dancing Machine, and that's who I was thinking of.
Oh, he was great.
I wonder if he was a contestant on the show and just didn't win, but they just loved him so much they just brought him back. I bet they did. Okay, I think you're done. There's a lot of hair back here.
I know. It just never comes out of the neck, no matter how many times I
Because
wash
you're all
it.
sticky and stuff. Oh, you look completely different.
Again?
Looks pretty good. It's a good one. I did a good one. Okay, so thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us for Daddy's haircut and our big Frugal Family revelation of the big changes that are
Reveal.
going to be coming. Yeah, it was super frugal reveal.
So if you're gonna comment,
Be kind and encouraging. Hey, subscribe, like, share on social media because we're going to need that income that comes from watching the ads.
send alcohol.
Send alcohol.
Our address is in the description. I just see that on videos.
Really?
I have no idea.
People say send alcohol?
No, I just said that.
Oh, okay. That's just us.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Postscript. Frugal Daddy just went and looked at himself in a mirror and wanted to come back on.
I thought I would just stick my head out.
He doesn't have a shirt on now, so he's afraid.
I have to. Creeper. Creeper. I have to comment on this after I saw it in a full-size mirror. This is a great haircut. You're amazing. See, I give credit when credit is due. You are amazing.
Pretty much the only time I hear that is when I give him a haircut.
Bye.